yeah, what a coastline this is. And imagine if the Google car was going down here. I was doing my nut at this blue and white guardrail because I was like, I haven't seen that anywhere else in the world. I'm just looking, we've got yellow plates on taxis. So that's interesting. Hello everybody, how's it going? So what we've got here is a map of all of the countries currently in the game of Geoguessr. And as you can see, they've done a pretty good job of covering most of the world, but there's still some regions which either don't want to have Street View or can't really have Street View for logistical reasons. Be that, it could be they've got conflicts going on. I mean, the governments might be a bit secretive and don't really want you to see what's going on there, or it could just be they're too hard to get to. So basically what I'm going to be doing today is I'm just going to be showing them off. So I've got 5 countries that I kind of wish were in the game. I mean, I wish the whole world was in the game. But yeah, without further ado, the first one is, and it's Angola. So pretty much any country in Africa could have gone on this list. I'm trying to keep it so we've got a bit more varied for each one. But I mean, it is definitely the least covered continent in the whole game. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why. I mean, pretty much everyone. I mean, the governments are a bit more secretive. Maybe it doesn't have the infrastructure. It's harder to get around. It's a bit more dangerous. I mean, obviously, we've got the follow cars in Nigeria and Kenya. So maybe Google might not want to take it there. Because again, it's like the government might want to get it out, but it's then will Google want to cover it? But yeah, I mean, it's just a continent that, because there's no Street View, and I talked about it in my China episode, which is where I got this idea, actually, because I talked about how having Geoguessr and having Google Maps gives you such more of a greater understanding of what countries look like. I mean, there are countries in the world which I'd have had not a clue. I mean, even regions of like India, I just wouldn't have had any idea without the Street View car being able to go there, and it's just so annoying. And I mean, like, yes, so much of Africa I know nothing about or what any of it looks like. So yeah, being able to have the Google car there would be amazing. And I just picked one because I watched a video on Angola, and I was just so surprised at how like climatically diverse it was, and how how just stuff that I had no idea about. I was just like, you think of Africa and maybe like you think this is jungle, and then you think this is desert, because we just, as Westerners, we don't really see much of it, and our idea of it, and this is maybe going to be a common theme throughout the video, is our sort of ideas of it are sort of like we judge it just by like a few things. And if I could maybe go in and have like a proper look at it, then maybe I'd have a better idea of what it looks like. But anyway, I'm rambling. We've got Angola, and we're just going to start off in the capital here. And so this is all unofficial coverage, obviously. I've got Luanda, which, as I think, might be one of the more developed capital cities in Africa. I know, again, I've seen a couple of videos about how I know you've got Angola. I think there's a big movement in Burkina Faso, actually, where they're trying to, I think I've got that right, modernizing it and make the infrastructure a bit better. Addis Ababa in Ethiopia as well. Obviously, you got Rwanda. A lot of money's being pumped into Rwanda. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This is just stunning. And on an old fort in Luanda here, overlooking it, I think an old Portuguese fort, actually. But again, your sort of preconceived notions of Africa and cities in Africa are just what we've been taught as Westerners, and this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, you've got palms here, but yeah, what a coastline this is. And I'm just going to move up and down the country so I don't miss any. But got here. I mean, obviously, if you're in Geoguessr as the game, there's like so many pole metas and whatnot. But this, I was looking around and I was like, this feels like northeast Brazil, you know? With sort of the climate, with sort of the dryness a bit, even the housing in general as well. I mean, it sort of makes sense because if you look when we used to be Pangaea, if anybody remembers that, this obviously slotted into there. So it makes sense that the, geography and everything and climate is pretty similar to that. Obviously, we don't have Brazilian poles though, but yeah, it'd be so cool to just see around. And the countries in here are massive, you know. I mean, like Angola there is probably like bigger than any European country, or as big as any European country. And again, just be so fun to explore. I'm going to go in again. I mean, this obviously isn't on a road, but yeah, if you could get to see anything like this. Bit drier in here. I've just picked this one because we've got a super cool pole here. Bit more of a laddered one, like the Brazilian ones, almost like the Senegalese. And you get to see your number plates. So you got the black Angolan number plates there. Would be a meta. I'd probably have some truck coverage, I imagine. In a lot of these new countries that bring out, it is truck coverage. You've got the small cam, which is great because it means that the Google car is going to countries which maybe, or regions that it couldn't before. But in terms of a sort of like playing the game as a purist way without sort of the car metas and stuff, it does sort of make it a bit boring. But as more countries get added to the game, it will be harder to tell it apart with the different kind of cars. But yeah, see, we've got, that's not a palm. We do have palms here. Yeah, almost Brazilian architecture here. We've got black and white by the side of the road. So again, this is almost a Senegalese pole here. But in terms of coverage in Africa, this region here, so you've got no idea of like the sort of like, so maybe this is this kind of pavement here or curb is a bit more of a meta. These signs are very, very African here as well. But yeah, just be so cool, so cool. And again, I'm not complaining, but like Namibia and Botswana, in terms of all the countries you could have got in Geoguessr, the Namibia update is sick, but a lot of it is kind of just desert and does look the same. So some of these countries, I mean, DRC would just be incredible, as would like Morocco or Ethiopia, I think. But any of them really, I'd take a Malawi if it dropped tomorrow. And yeah, look, we've got up in the hills here. So again, this is a bit more dry. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Just put one by the coast here. This sort of feels a bit sort of Namibian coasty. And then I couldn't actually get much over to this half of the country, which is annoying in terms of panoramas and coverage. But again, I mean, this is a bit more like savannah-y, a bit more like sort of feels a bit more Botswana. So yeah, really, really cool. Really, really cool stuff. Again, this is just a completely different climate to up here. So it'd just be so sick to read and guess. But yeah, that's Angola. I honestly, yeah, could have picked any one of these countries because they would be so interesting to take a closer look at. And next up, we're moving into another part of the world, which, well, it's probably the second highest in terms of lack of coverage, and this is the Middle East. So again, countries are a bit more secretive, bit more of like a dangerous region to go to. So you've got to have like more protection for the Google car, I guess. Maybe they don't want to go. Maybe the governments don't want to go. I mean, I've picked Afghanistan here. I could have picked any one of these, but I think Afghanistan has probably the most to show off about the region in terms of what it's got. I mean, you've got the deserts, and then you've also got the massive high altitudes of the Himalayas. But again, Afghanistan, Taliban are in power, so I mean, if anybody wants to message them and say, I mean, probably highest on the agenda, I'd say is the rights for women. I'm going to say, as a feminist, I'd say that goes above getting the Google car there. It's a close thing. It is a close thing, but I would say, not having, well, disgusting lack of rights for women is pretty high up there, but getting the Google car there is definitely next on the agenda. But yeah, just another region of the country, which again, we've been given this idea of like these regions as just sort of as having Western media, that's Turkey, sorry. Western media tell us about them is just completely one trick, It's like, oh, they're dangerous and they're war-torn and they're bad or whatever. I'm not saying that they are, but that's what we're told, And it's completely not like that. I mean, obviously the Taliban are bad. I'm not saying that in any in any way that we're wrong about the Taliban, but we are wrong about the country, and just people wouldn't have any idea of how unbelievably beautiful it is. And maybe if it was in Google Maps, and you could drop a pin down and have a proper look about, you'd be like, my God, this country has so much to offer. I mean, look at this. This is a road going along here. Um, and imagine if the Google car was going down here. Like, that would be one of the most beautiful roads in the whole world, probably. Um, I love the mix of like the green, the lush greenness in here and the dryness of everything else. It's like it's so cool. And again, it's like a climate that's like you don't see much else. I mean, I know we've got the Himalayas, but this is a completely different Himalayan climate to here. And I mean, it's in Shitcam because it's India. So if we got some proper Gen 4 sick coverage, um, I cheated a bit, and this is Tajikistan because there isn't actually anything up here, but I wanted to show the proper Himalayas, and this is a road. This is a road. I mean, the Google driver would have to have one hell of a raise to cover this because I've seen videos about the most dangerous up in the roads in the world up in northern Pakistan. But that's actually Tajikistan there, which again, another country which I'd love to see, but a bit more secretive. But yeah, so cool here. So cool here. I mean, trees, we've got sort of like these poplar trees, I think that's what they're called. Um, and again, I could have picked any country in the Middle East here. I know we've got Kyrgyzstan, but that's a bit different to these ones. But yeah, if we just move down, and again, same sort of stuff here. I've got one here which is a bit more flat, a bit more Central Asian looking, in terms of yeah, how it bit more sort of Kyrgyzstan looking, and then we have got an actual highway here. So if you can see, we've got the sort of Middle Eastern, so a bit more Oman, UAE, Israel, yellow outer lines. Obviously they drive right, so yeah, there'd be stuff to learn. We've got number plates there, poles, everything. So cool, man. So cool. If you could like, I wouldn't honestly. I wouldn't expect them to. I mean, I don't expect them to cover it anytime soon, um, or ever really. If anything, my main worry is that Google coverage is going to get rolled back as countries sort of get more secretive, maybe, and more insular. But hopefully that's not the case. I know they are covering, new ones, but certainly there's no drive to sort of cover this part of the world. Certainly, I can't see the Google car going to Tehran anytime soon. But yeah, so cool. I've got one overlooking Kabul here, which is the capital. But yeah, if we got, I don't know, a few main streets in Kabul as well, it would be pretty sick. And then there were a couple of really cool locations. This was the first one I clicked on, and just look at this, man. And yeah, there are roads going through here, and I know we've got Oman, which is like a deserty country, but I feel like it's not anything like this. Again, it's cool. This coast is cool, and the mountains in here are cool, but like the rest of it is sort of just like flat desert. But this deserty landscape, so cool and interesting. Like, look at this. Um, yeah, pretty unbelievable that is. And then I've got a couple more. We had that one already. This is just in one of the more western villages or towns. This is a town, maybe even a city. But again, so cool. I just sound like a bit of a beating the dead horse here, just saying how cool everything is. But I'm a man of wonder and splendor, and I just want to see the world. And unless everybody likes and subscribes, I'm not going to have the money to do so. So what have we got more chance of? The Taliban allowing the Google car or me getting to 1,000 subscribers so I can make money from this? It's a close run contest. So next up, halfway through, and it's the last of the A's, and it is Armenia. And like I said at the start, I wanted to have a sort of like good spread of countries around the world, and obviously Europe's pretty well covered. And I wasn't about to click Belarus because it sort of just looks like the rest of this and a bit boring. Apologies to Belarus. That's what you get for siding with Vladimir Putin. You get dissed in a video by a Geoguessr YouTuber. Anyway, the next logical option was the Caucasus, and I mean, are they part of Europe? That's a debate for someone higher than my pay grade. And I was going to pick Georgia because I really want to go there, but it's currently getting covered by the Google car. Hopefully should be dropping soon. So I thought I'd go for something a bit different because, yeah, technically it's getting covered. I mean, it's not in the game right now. It was between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and I just picked Armenia for the hell of it. It's my video. I can do what I want. Another country which, I mean, obviously ex-Soviet, so maybe a bit more secretive. Again, it's a common theme. They might not want you seeing around the country or whatever. Might just be that they can't be asked. Who knows? But yeah, definitely a country which, from having a little click about before, is absolutely beautiful. Again, a part of the world which I really, really want to go to. But probably is going to be Georgia because I think in terms of infrastructure and like getting around, it might be a bit easier than Armenia. But obviously you've got the really, really interesting language, which would be cool to see if the card did actually cover there. Obviously a big tell, but yeah, we've got in here, this is a road, technically. So, I mean, again, it's like with the Afghanistan one and all of this. I'd take anything. I'd take main highways, but if it was a complete country coverage, it would be unreal. But yeah, really, really cool sort of like old mix between Soviet and European and Middle Eastern architecture. Stuff like this as well. I mean, it's very mountainous. This kind of feels like northeast Turkey, to be honest. But yeah, we do technically have a road here as well. I would love the Google card to go down this road along this river. It'd be so, so cool. Moving a bit further down, but yeah, look how stunning this is. And again, another road. But yeah, sort of really, really interesting housing, geography, infrastructure. Again, like that we don't really see in Europe or elsewhere. I mean, apart from maybe this bit of Turkey. I just want to see different stuff in the game. And I mean, like, I was doing my nut at this blue and white guardrail because I was like, I haven't seen that anywhere else in the world. It's so, so cool. We got obviously the old Soviet cars here with all white number plates because obviously it's not in Europe. But yeah, this sort of architecture. You could maybe confuse this with Romania in terms of, or like definitely, I was going to say southern Russia or southern Ukraine, the hilly bits of Ukraine, even eastern Russia. But yeah, housing's a bit different. These red roofs, they maybe are a bit, maybe a bit of a meta. But yeah, absolutely loves for it to be in the game. And you used to be like, bro, that's the Armenian blue and white guardrail. No idea if it's just for Armenia or not, but it could be other countries. But I mean, if you went into really, really wanted to do it, and you could be into like the contested regions here, and then would the Google car go to Karabakh? You know, because is that Armenia or is that Azerbaijan? Again, not getting into it right now, but just look how stunning it is, man. I'm gonna go over here a bit more. We've already done that one. But yeah, look, this is like almost like glacial here, which I before I saw this had no idea that there would have been glaciers in Armenia, and that's what yeah, going over and over again. That's what I'm talking about how just being able to look around on Google Maps gives you so much more of a knowledge and understanding. It's so obvious, but it's so great. It really is. Again, we've got a big lake here by the side of it. Imagine if this was like good quality. These rocks, I'd go crazy for these rocks as a meta. I love my exposed rocks. Just going into Yerevan here. And again, just taking a look at the number plates here. Obviously, these ones are a bit short. So maybe, I don't know if that's because they're Japanese imported. But yeah, sort of all white. And yeah, old Soviet cars here. Yeah, just a region that we is unlike anything else that we have in the game or would be able to see. And bees, bees, bees. I'm leaving it on bees. Our penultimate one is Fiji. I was originally going to do Papua New Guinea because that really sort of interests me. But then I was like, it could be a bit too similar to Indonesia, so I just picked one of the no. And our penultimate one is Fiji. We're nearly there. Don't worry, I will stop rambling soon. And I could have picked any of the Pacific Island countries. I was going to pick Papua New Guinea actually, because that I feel like would be really, really interesting. But I felt like it was kind of a little bit too similar to Indonesia, and we do have that in the game. Not saying it is, but yeah, I wanted to go something a bit more interesting. And I could have picked again. I could have picked any of these Pacific countries, and this is a bit different to the other ones because I feel like the reason why the Google car hasn't gone here is mainly just because it's too hard to get to, maybe, to take the camera there. Again, with small cam, with the fact that the camera is a bit more transportable now, hopefully that means that we get some more of these islands, maybe some more Caribbean islands. I mean, what about Tristan da Cunha? That'd be sick, or the Falklands. But yeah, hopefully it unlocks these countries. I mean, we do have an American Samoa, and I am saying hopefully, but my God, if we do get all of these countries in the game, and I have to like, I will hate it if they all have like different cars, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the Vanuatu car, because I know we have got Cocos and Keeling and the Christmas Islands, and that annoys me when I get them. But in terms of discovery, rather than the competitive streak in me, as I'm dropping it in top 1,000 player in the world. Yep. Um, where are we? I got sidetracked. Fiji. I just picked it because I think it might be the biggest of the Pacific Islands. Although I've just seen New Caledonia there, but Google it if so. We're not dropping facts. We're just rambling here. But yeah, Fiji actually it's been covered by. So a lot of countries do have sort of like unofficial coverage, and I mean it's lower quality, but it's still cool that it goes along roads. So we're just in the capital of Suva here, and obviously drives on the left because it was an old British colonial place, I think. And I'm just looking, we've got yellow plates on taxis. So that's interesting. And that could, if, say, I don't know, at a later date, we did have the Pacific Islands and that was a specific tell for Fiji, or it would be like which ones were colonized by Britain and which ones were France and whatnot. And then you could differentiate by driving on the side of the road. That'd be cool. But obviously, lots of palm trees around there. Yeah, just again, I'm just trying to show off sort of like unique places which aren't really like anything else in Geoguessr. Again, I know we do have some like Pacific Islands. Yeah, it definitely is a meta there. And these are blue as well. Jesus Christ. You go down a rabbit hole there, right? But yeah, really, really cool, interesting coconut palms here. I think it's quite a mountainous country, and there's probably like pretty like tells between each island and stuff. Even some of these, there was actually some photospheres on here, but I just went for the main island instead. But signage as well, road lines. I'm just naming things now, aren't I? But yeah, really, really dope, to be honest. I'm thinking another word for cool because I've just said that over and over and over. But look at this, man. And I mean, it sort of feels a bit like your sort of Nusa Islands in Indonesia. I'm not saying it's massively. This is probably one that's most similar to other countries in the game, I think. Wait for the last one, though. Doing my little clickbaity thing or whatever. Should have done that at the start. You need to wait for the most shocking discovery in the last one. There you go, I got it in. But yeah, definitely a mix of yellow and white ones. So if anybody is from Fiji and knows what's up with that, let me know. But yeah, that's the country of Fiji. Again, probably the least interesting one, I'd say. Nothing against Fiji, but it does sort of feel a bit more like this region. Because, well, it kind of is. And finally, congratulations, you've made it. Last up is Venezuela. So South America is pretty well covered. Now we've got Paraguay. Apart from these four northern countries, yeah, it's pretty exclusively covered. But I picked Venezuela because, again, this is another one which, as I was scrolling around, I had absolutely no idea about just how stunning it was in terms of its geography. And I mean, it's been in the news lately. I mean, because of Senor Trump, and I didn't really know it was like a part of an authoritarian dictatorship. Again, whether or not I'm not getting into geopolitical debates here. I'm just saying that maybe is a reason why there's no Google car. Also, as you can see, it is part of the Amazon, and just by looking at Brazil's coverage, the Amazon is pretty hard to take a Google car around. I mean, there aren't that many roads through there. Um, but we're just going to click down, and this one to start with actually is not the one that I was going to go for, but it's still pretty cool. So as you can see, we've got the road. This is one of the roads running through, and this sort of feels a bit sort of Roraima-ish, because well, basically it's the same road as Roraima. So anybody who knows that in Geoguessr gets this, but wait for this one here. I mean, look at this. I mean, I think this is like a region in which there are no cars or roads really. Um, Again, I watched a video about this sort of region here and about how hard to traverse it is because you've got sort of these flat plateaus that just keep popping up. And I mean, this is a bit. There isn't as much jungle here, but over here it's just jungle. So kind of understandable that you can't take the Google car through here. I was just showing off this waterfall, but yeah, there's really no way you can sort of get a Google car through here, or even Trekker. Really, it's probably one of the hardest parts of the world to traverse. And I know there are, again, this video that I watched, I know there are planes up here which have literally never had anybody go on top of, and they probably never will either. But if you just move up here, this is a reservoir, I think, actually, from what I remember when I was scrolling around. A bit drier. But yeah, so I was just having a little look around, and I could have put so many more locations in on here, but just incredibly diverse in terms of its in geography. And again, it's like different to Colombia in how it looks, and it's different to Brazil in how it looks. It's really like nothing else. Maybe a mix of the Caribbean islands if we got some of them, but yeah, certainly these ones here would be really really cool. But with Venezuela, you've got the hills. I think Guyana does have a few, but Venezuela certainly. Again, I didn't even know it was hilly. I didn't know anything about it before just having a brief little click about. Um, and imagine if you could properly study it and have dedicate yourself to each individual difference. But we see we've got a road running through here, sort of. But again, just super, super remote. I don't think the Google car could get through this. I mean, this is a settlement here, which I think probably the only way you can get to this is by boat. I mean, we do have cars. So maybe going out this way. Maybe that's a road going out that way, actually. But my God. Yeah, that would be fun. But yeah, we've got I didn't even realize that it still had the Andes in it as well. So again, this is a bit more Colombian. But yeah, this region here is not really like anything else in the game. But yeah, that's sort of like typical sort of like Colombian Andes there. And then we move into one of the settlements, and we've got, again, I'll just show off the number plates. Interesting. A lot of pickups, like very, very common in South America and North America and Central America as well. But yeah, palm trees, like, well, I mean, you do get some on the North Coast here, but yeah, certainly, please, just Mr. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy Trump arrested. Is he still in power? Probably not, but whoever's taken over from him, drop some street view, please. This sort of feels like the sort of North Colombian coast, actually. Bit similar to the desert up there, because this area is deserted as well. And we'll just go into Caracas here and have a quick look around. And that's Caracas for you. Right. Hope everybody enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see other countries. I could probably do another top 5 easily. I could probably just do another top 5 wholly in Africa, which I might do at some point. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed, and I will see you soon.